in the beautiful mountain village in Switzerland of Greshin. It's actually 20 to 4 in the morning. There's runners gathering behind me and we're going to be taking on the Mischabel 60k today, which is part of the UTMR race series. There's actually been a slight change to the route, but it's 20 minutes to go time, so when we get running I'll fill you in on what's happened, what's been going on over the last couple of days. But let's get to that start line, let's get ready.
Here we go, folks.
7, 6,
Countdown
5,
has
4,
begun.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go!
Enjoy the valley. It's going to be incredible. See you guys all in just a bit.
Okay, so that's it. We're heading off out of town. We're just over 50k in the Swiss mountains. 4,000 meters of elevation to take on. So there's been a slight route change. There's been some issues in the valley with weather, terrible weather over the last few days. Landslides over the old route, so they've had to change the route last minute. So less distance, but the same elevation. So it's going to be a challenging day, but we got some friends from Cornwall here that hopefully we'll meet along the way. So let's get the legs moving, get loose. Let's take on those mountains. Awesome atmosphere as we head out of town, even though it is 4 o'clock in the morning. Lots of cowbell action, and you gotta love a cowbell. Okay, so we started off there with a lovely bit of single track. Felt like we were traversing across the mountain and then had a nice gradual downhill, so nothing too drastic yet, but I know we've got a big steep climb in the horizon. But yeah, had some nice running so far. A bit of time to ease into it, get used to the elevation, all good. It's like running in Cornwall out here, you know. I've never seen so many Cornish folk out here. How you doing, guys?
They got lost.
Good, I was looking for you at the start.
Roger, Bridget,
Hey.
hello viewers.
Hi guys.
Legends, these guys, legends. Great to see you, great to see you. Cheers, mate. So there's a lot of the Cornish running contingent up here, helping out, crewing the race. That was Bridget and Roger, who are incredible people. When I grow up, I want to be Bridget and Roger, that's for sure. But we got a load of other guys out as well, and we got some guys running, so hopefully when the sun comes up we might bump into them and have a chat. After the initial few miles of flat running, we started to hit the more rocky and technical trails, and my Fenix head torch was lighting up the path well. But looking back, this was definitely an early sign of what was to come later in the race, and that was some of the most technical and challenging trails I've ever run on. Okay, so we have hit the first big climb of the race. It is steep. I would say as steep, if not steeper, than the VK route out of Chamonix. We were 5 miles in and the first 4 miles was pretty flat, so I knew this was going to be a kicker, but woo, it is steep. Up we go. The start of the first big climb was incredibly steep, and if I'm honest, it was a bit of a shock to the system, and it took a while for my breathing and my heart rate to slow down, but I kept that pace and effort nice and steady, and things did eventually regulate. And then we came to a pretty incredible part of the trail that I really wasn't expecting. Yeah, I am standing under a waterfall. We've just run under a waterfall. How cool is that? Never done that in a race before. Okay, so just gone past 10k and we are on this crazy metal staircase climbing out of this gorge. It is absolutely incredible. I'd love to see this in the daylight, but we continue to go up. We have done a lot of steep climbs, but you can see in the background the sky is turning blue. We've got some amazing mountain peaks in the distance. What a route, man. Incredible. Like I said, in the daylight, this would be mega. And the other good news is we've ticked off about 1,000 meters of climb already. Feeling pretty good. Legs feel strong. So yeah, 1,000 meters of climb, or just under, in 10k. So that's the kind of climbing we've been doing, and I would say the first 3 miles was pretty flat. So that's some challenging terrain. Awesome route. It's going to be good when that sun comes up. Not a massive lover of early starts, so 4 o'clock in the morning. Didn't sleep particularly well. So when that sun comes up, definitely going to give us a lift. But we're going downhill now. Pretty technical. In fact, it's all been pretty technical. Good fun. The sunrise really did lift my spirits, and it was great to finally see the epic terrain that we had been running in. It truly was breathtaking. The trails continued to be pretty challenging, with quite a few big steps cut into the mountainside, but the stunning views of snow-capped mountains gave me plenty of energy. We'd actually been going up for a good few hours now, and I had started to run a little bit low on water, but luckily nature came to my rescue and I stopped for a few minutes to refill my bottles. Oh, that's better. Some nice fresh mountain water. So 3 hours 15 minutes into the run. We haven't had a checkpoint yet, so I was getting quite low on water, so that's very much needed. And what a view behind me. How epic is that, with the sun hitting the top of that snow-covered peak. Up we go again. Okay, he's off. My turn on the wobbly bridge. Wow, it is wobbly and all. That's why it's one person at a time. Yeah. Right, super quick update. We have been running for 3 hours 38 minutes. We've done 10 miles, 10.84 miles in fact, and we've ticked off 5,000 feet of elevation. So a good chunk of elevation in those 10 miles. Nice bit of running along that ridge there. Stunning views into the valley behind me. Look at those mountains. And moving well, legs feel good, taking in the nutrition, hydrating well. Nice to get that bit of mountain water, but let's crack on. I think we've got a bit more running to come. Through the rocks, and we're at the first checkpoint. Awesome.
Hello, woo, well done.
Cheers, thank you. Yeah.
I quite like carbon.
We've got some cheese and biscuits, always goes down well.
This like quiver thing, I don't know what.
And we're going to get the head torch, the warm hat off, and we're going to get into sunshine mode. So let's get eating, just top the bottles up, let's get sorted out. Thank you very much, guys.
Pleasure.
Superstars, thanks for your help. So, lots of cheese, lots of biscuits. I don't know. The bucket hat is well and truly on, so let's get some sunshine. And we are off. And the lady back there in the checkpoint was telling me there's a pretty epic bridge coming up, so looking forward to that. She said it's an amazing bit of Swiss engineering, so should be good fun. But yeah, nice to get some solid food in. I've got some biscuits in my hand that I'm going to eat in a minute, but we're feeling good. Always nice to get to the first checkpoint, and we're on our way. So good to have the sun up so that we can see all these mega views now. It's cool starting a race at night with a head torch on, but I think you do miss a lot of the epic views. I'm sure there's plenty more to come. Now, when the lady in the checkpoint said wait for the bridge, she really meant it's some bridge. Look at that, all the way across the ravine. Amazing. Now, if you're not a fan of bridges, this could be interesting, but I think it's going to be great fun crossing it. I can hear it squeaking from here. Well, if you thought the first bridge was wobbly, this is something else. This is incredible. Just amazing. I'm just looking ahead, keeping focused. Can you tell? It really is an amazing feat of construction, even if it is very wobbly. Through the prayer flags we go, and we're getting close to the other side. It feels weird standing on firm ground. Hello guys. Cheers. Well, it was worth the race entry just for that. What an experience. I mean, you know, if you don't do these races, you don't come out on these trails, you would never experience something like that in life, and it was amazing. Slightly terrifying to start with, but once you got moving, it was pretty good fun. Feels weird to be on firm ground again though, after being on a wobbly bridge, but I'm sure the legs will adjust. The legs are actually feeling quite strong at this point, and the trails were a bit more runnable, so I ticked off a few miles quickly, but it was quite short-lived because it soon got more technical again. But this was really an epic section of the route. Lots of rope trails with sheer drops on one side and amazing views of snow-topped peaks across the valley. It really was an incredible section of alpine trails. So this is what I call a stick to the left trail, because you don't want to fall down there. So I'm definitely sticking to the left. But the trails out here today are amazing. I mean, so different from the trails around the Chamonix Valley. Lots of bridges, that amazing suspension bridge, lots of ropes and chains and steps, and it's just incredible. It really is epic running. Loving it. I have to just keep filming stuff. I turn the camera off, then I have to put it on again and film, because it's just mega. Yeah, in the tunnel.
Oh, unbelievable.
This is the trail that keeps on giving. We're going into a tunnel. Amazing. Oh my God, I can't see anything. Wow. Oh, well done. And we're out. Wow. Another first. First a suspension bridge, and now a tunnel. This is an amazing trail. After the first big climb, we started to make our way down the 1,000 meter descent back to the base of the valley, and I soon became aware that this wasn't going to be the straightforward runnable descent I was hoping for. It was super steep, very technical, with lots of tree roots and rocks to deal with, and I really had to keep my focus to make sure that I didn't trip and have any accidents. And we even had some very odd wonky wooden staircases to deal with, so it definitely kept you on your toes. Wow. Okay, the descent off the big climb is as steep as the climb up. Super technical. This is proper quad busting terrain. You got to be so careful You got lots of these steps and rocks and chains, and you know, all it takes is one trip, and it wouldn't be much fun, I don't think. So we're going steady, running when we can, and just going easy when we can. But this is technical trails and technical running. So we're down the bottom, popped out our campsite, and here's checkpoint 2.
Mr. Purpose!
Nice steady descent down to checkpoint 2. Ouch. What a trail.
It's pretty magical, isn't it?
It's unbelievable. The bridge, the wobbly big bridge. No one told me about the wobbly big bridge.
No,
It's a little surprise.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Everywhere you look.
When people get over there and they start rocking it for you.
Yeah. It was brilliant.
And that's fabulous, Lloyd.
It's I just keep having to film everything. It's just epic.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Harry, would you have tea or coffee?
Yeah, I've done all these. They're all good.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. See you later. See you, mate. Cheese and biscuits in hand again. Always goes down well in these long races. We're off. Back the way we came down to the checkpoint. Now, my good friend Andy Dukes, who's on that checkpoint back there, assures me that we got a bit of a runnable section here, but I'm not sure how much I believe him. I hope you're telling the truth, Mr. Dukes, but we're just coming up to 17 miles into the race. We have climbed 6,100 feet of elevation, so we are getting this done. Time wise, 5 hours 40 minutes. So it's cool, feeling good. I'm still running, still eating well. Feel like I've got plenty of energy, so can't be bad. I think we're going to pick up the trail again just here. Awesome, mate. What a place to run. So I'm just bimbling along the trail, bumped into Duncan here now. If Cornwall had I don't know, an academy or a hall of fame for ultra running, this man would be in it. But what are you doing on Wednesday, Dunk? What are you doing on Wednesday?
I've got to go and get my hip done, I'm afraid. So,
yeah.
So
he's run so many miles and won so many races that the old hip's gone. So yeah, he's in.
Now it means I've told everyone now.
Yeah, that's it. It's broadcasted across the nation. Dunk's in on Wednesday for his hip, and he'll be a new man after that. Yeah. You can join the hip operation club. I'm in it. So
I'll be bionic then.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I hope it goes well, mate.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
I'm sure it will. The start of the last big climb was definitely a shock, and you'd think I'd have learnt by now, but the steepness of this gradient was crazy, and it has to be one of the steepest trails I've ever been on, and it carried on like this for some time. However, it did finally flatten off for a while, and it was at this time that I realised that we were actually back on a section of the route that we'd run under the cover of darkness. So when we were descending at night, I said I'd love to see that bit with the waterfall in the daytime. And here we are! Amazing! How cool is that? Oh, awesome. So good. There you go. My wishes are answered. Once we'd made it through the stunning waterfall section, yep, you've guessed it, we were pushing hard uphill again, and all the runners around me were starting to look a little bit fatigued and worse for wear, and this last steep climb was starting to take its toll, and it really was unrelenting. So I reached into my pack quickly and started to munch down on a couple of energy chews, hoping that they would give me some very much needed energy to make it to the top of this final climb. It seemed to do the trick, and the trails leveled off a bit, so I picked up the pace and started to head towards the next checkpoint. Here we are, checkpoint number 3. It's a welcome sight. Cheers, guys. They got melon. Melon's always a winner. Starting to warm up now as well. This is a checkpoint we're at. So we've got this climb, and then a little dip, another climb, and then downhill all the way to the finish. The woman at the checkpoint just said it's about 1,100 metres. We can do 1,100 metres, can't we? We're going to have to.
We're going to have to.
We've got no option. Oh dear, it's going to be nice to get down that hill, back into the village, and have a nice cold beer to celebrate. Right, I think I've been here long enough. Let's grab my poles and let's get out of it. That is some view. Beautiful. We just dropped down. The first part of that climb was hideous. So steep, and the legs are definitely starting to feel it now, surprisingly enough. But we're getting this done. I think we've got a couple more K to the top of this first climb. We drop down, we've got a little kick up, and then it's that 3K descent down to the finish. Woo. Yeah, legs are hurting now. The stunning views on this section definitely helped to motivate me, even though I was starting to struggle, and the sun was high in the sky now and temperatures were rising quickly. As we left the cover of the trees, there literally was nowhere to hide. We were completely exposed, but luckily at that time I had good friend Duncan Oakes in front of me, so I tucked in behind and just tried to hang on, and it was literally just putting one foot in front of the other at this point. Nothing else really mattered, just head down and keep on pushing. The one saving grace we had was the higher we climbed, the more spectacular the mountain views got, and you really couldn't help but feel inspired. I'm pretty sure that is the top of the last big climb, and I gotta be honest, I am toast. That was brutal. Has to be the hardest one push climb I've ever done. So physical, so tough. It's hot now as well, but just so steep. And then they took us up the ski slope at the end there just to give us a proper, oh dear. Anyway, I am gonna have a precision fuel and hydration gel to give me some energy. I'm gonna re-tie my shoes, make sure they're nice and tight. And then we are heading down this descent. Finally, tough race. So I'm going to concentrate on this. We don't want any accidents now. So we'll see you guys back at the finish line. Okay, I can see Gretchen down in the valley. So we're very close, and I am super happy to still have some running in my legs. All that conditioning in Chamonix has definitely paid off. I did struggle on the steep big climbs, but still running really well. Legs feel great, but this is definitely the race that keeps on giving. I was thinking about it coming in here. So it's 52K with 4,100 meters of elevation. I reckon 12K of that route is flat running. So it's more like 40K with 4,100 meters of elevation. So no wonder it's been tough. Let's get down this final descent. Let's get to that finish line. Thank you, thank you. Danke. I don't know what the fuss is about. Here we are. Come on. Wow, well, that was an easy day in the mountains.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Oh, what a tough day.
What is your name? Lloyd. Lloyd, where are you from, Lloyd?
I'm from Cornwall, UK.
From the UK. Another British runner.
So tough, so tough.
How you feeling?
I'm alright. It's just all them big hills.
A lot of hills.
Steep hills.
It's a lot of climbing packed into a short race, isn't it?
Unbelievable. When you think about it, it's 52K and 12K, that's flat running. So So it's 40k with 4,100 meters.
It's a tough one, right?
Oh yeah.
We tried to give you a tough one last minute.
Amazing route. I can't believe, you know, Lizzie and obviously you guys pulled it off. Incredible, you know. Stunning, so well marked. I don't know how you did it.
Well, we're glad to have you here, man. Congratulations on a strong finish.
Thank you very much. I've loved it.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. What do I say about that one? Definitely the hardest 50k I've ever run in my life. Some of the hardest climbs, the trickiest descents, but that is UTMR 50k done.
As the runners continued to cross the amazing finish line and some awards were being handed out, the atmosphere continued to grow in the centre of town, and Lizzie and her team had created a pretty amazing, lovely feel at the finish line, and all the runners stayed around cheering people home, sharing stories about their incredible adventures in the Swiss mountains, and then we all sat down and tucked into an after-race dinner that had been put on for the runners and the volunteers. That was followed by a great speech from the mayor of the town, and then it was a big round of applause for Lizzie and her amazing team of volunteers for putting on such an incredible event. Well, it is the morning after the race I took on yesterday, and I definitely slept well last night. It was a tough day out on the trails, but it was the race that almost didn't happen. So, like I mentioned earlier in the video, in Switzerland they've had some terrible weather, so flash flooding, and there was actually a landslide over the race course of the original 60k route that we were supposed to be doing. We were literally sitting in Chamonix, myself and Liga, saying, well, looks like it's going to be called off. Should we just head back to Cornwall tomorrow? Then an email came through, and Lizzie and her amazing team had put together another 52k route on an epic trail and marked it extremely well in under 24 hours. I have no idea how they pulled that off, having run the route. You know, you're out in the mountains, some of them locations are tough to get to, so incredible job to Lizzie and her team. You know, I can't thank them enough, because it was great to get out on those trails and run a race. It really was a route that kept on giving, you know. I'm not going to say it wasn't challenging, because it was tough. The climbs were super steep, the descents were very technical, but the views we got along the way were absolutely breathtaking, and we had that bridge crossing. We ran behind waterfalls, through a tunnel. I mean, it was just an incredible trail route, and very different to the trails that we'd been running on in Chamonix the month before. So yeah, massive thanks to all the organisers. It was great to hook up with friends from Cornwall out here, spend some time in the race with them. It was awesome. So yeah, a fantastic race. The UTMR sort of experience is amazing, and it's one that I'm definitely going to come back to in the future. But this is it. This is the end of our amazing trip this year. From 5 weeks in Chamonix, running on the trails with Liga, training with her, getting her ready for the CCC. We had a fantastic time. It was awesome seeing her go from strength to strength, and then obviously the icing on the cake was getting to crew her and witness the perfect race in the CCC on the big day. She just cruised those trails, always in control, big smile on her face, and getting to watch that was pretty amazing. Even if it was slightly stressful at times, but then seeing her cross that finish line that she'd been dreaming of for 5 or 6 years was just fantastic. So this year's trip couldn't have gone any better. But like I said, we're going to jump in the adventure bus and we're heading home, but I can't finish this video without saying thank you to all of you guys, because the support that we've had on this trip has been second to none. You know, especially for Liga's race, all the words of encouragement, they really did help lift her confidence and believe that she could finish that race, and boy did she finish that race in style. So Thanks for all the support, guys. It really is appreciated. But if you have enjoyed this video, I'll leave all the links below for UTMR in the description. But don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really hope you've enjoyed all this content, guys, because, you know, we come out here, we have an amazing time, and we want to bring you some different content on the channel. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. So obviously, you know, I couldn't let the team down with Liga running the CCC so well, and that kept me motivated, you know.
Oh, good.
I knew I had to dig it in and not quit, because you're a tough cookie, and I had to, you know, take one for the team, but that was tough.
Well done.
Great to see you.